Hey guys, Ben Johns here, and today I'm going to show you how to take one of my paddles from the box and take it to exactly how I play it. So I take any one of these paddles that you guys can get and I just alter it to my specifications. So today I'm going to show you how to do that with the overgrips and the lead and the electric tape. So the first thing we're going to want to do with this is take off the plastic wrap here. A lot of people use this stock grip. I personally do not, and that's just because this gets pretty sweaty and slick. So I always use tennis overgrips because those are really easy to change. Also, I actually take this grip off. I don't just add an overgrip. I actually take it all off. So we're going to do that now. So basically this is as thin as the grip can come. To get my exact preference for both the girth of the handle and kind of how sharp the edges are, I use two of these It's Fun to Feel Good grips from Jigsaw. Two of them are the exact right thinness for my undergrip. You can also find everything I'm using today down in the description. So we're gonna start this up high on the handle. You wanna make sure you're wrapping over everything here. These It's Fun to Feel Good grips, we're gonna wrap them pretty tightly, meaning that we're going like over the edge where you can see the core right here. We're going very close to that edge. So that's one grip down, and we got one more It's Fun to Feel Good grip going on top of this, and then we're gonna have a normal tennis overgrip. So once again, starting at the top of the grip here and wrapping just as finely as we were before with this grip, because we wanna maintain that nice edge to the paddle so you can really feel your grip. So these grips should end slightly below the USA Pickleball approved little symbol. If it's ending shorter than that, it means you wrapped it too thickly and you want to do it more fine. Okay, now we have our true base of two It's Fun to Feel Good grips. Now we're gonna put the overgrip on. So I personally use the Yonex overgrip. This is just a classic tennis grip that you can get on Amazon, Tennis Warehouse, lots of places. And they're just reliable, they're easy to change, they're grippy, they're good for sweat. And you definitely do not wanna be using the same grip for a very long time. You wanna be changing these. So like on a tournament day, I'll be switching this 2 or 3 times. So now once again, we're starting this overgrip at the top of the handle. Now this one, you don't want to wrap super finely. It's close to the edge, but not quite as close as those It's Fun to Feel Good grips. Generally, when we get at the top, and you're gonna see that in a second, that we'll have just a slight remainder of overgrip that we're gonna tear off and not use. You could definitely vary how thick or how many grips you use or how you wrap it based on your hand size. This actually, when I end, I wrap it very high, so when I actually play, it might look like my grip is longer, but that's just because I wrap my overgrips very high. So it'll actually completely obscure the USA Pickleball approved symbol. Does that symbol have to be visible for you to play with it? I have personally never had a problem with a referee saying anything about it, because I'm sure they recognize the paddle, at least hopefully they do. Some mini scissors here and just cut off this little edge so there's nothing flying loose. You can actually see that little symbol is just barely obscured right there. So now that we have the overgrip finished, we're gonna move on to the lead. So here I've cut 6 strips of 5-inch long pieces of lead tape, and the width of the lead tape is 1/2 inch. We're gonna put 3 of each of these on each side of the paddle. So a lot of people like sides or corners or top or throat. I personally put all of my weight in the throat. So it's fairly easy to actually line this up. So the top of the lead tape is gonna go right in line with this last little stripe right here. As far as the amount goes, it's gonna vary, you know, how strong you are and what kind of benefits you're looking for. So amount is easy to kind of think about and what it gives you. The placement is a little more subtle. So when you're putting lead on the throat area, basically you're increasing the solidity, meaning that your mishits are less of mishits, but it doesn't really decrease your hand speed that much, because really what makes a paddle feel heavier is when the weight is further away from your hand. For instance, if we put it on the end here, that's where we'd feel like kind of maximum weight, and you get more topspin and more power like that. But for here, we don't lose that hand speed, but we kind of maintain the nice solidity where we get less mishits, but it doesn't increase the power in the topspin quite as much as putting it on the top. So this is how I play it, simply because I feel like this paddle, at how long it is, how powerful it is, we really don't need the additional power by putting it on the top. It's also got that nice gritty surface, so we don't really need the topspin that's added. Hence, we shore up really the only pseudo weakness, which is your mishits. So there we have, the weight is finished, and now the last thing to do is add the electric tape over top of this, just so that the lead doesn't come loose. This is 3/4 inch electric tape, so you definitely want to use this for your 16mm core, but it might overlap a little bit on that 13mm core, so I might recommend a slightly thinner electric tape. So we want to start this just above the lead here. Make sure there's no side that's coming off. For the 3/4 inch, you should just have a little bit of space on each side when it's going down. And we're gonna wanna cut right at that edge of the lead tape. Should be covering completely on both sides. You can see the lead's covered there, it's covered there. Then make sure you just smooth down all of the electric tape. You don't want that coming up, so you're just gonna use your fingers all the way around. All right, well, we have our 2 It's Fun to Feel Good grips, the Yonex Overgrip on top of that. We have our 6 strips of lead, and we have our electric tape all around the paddle. And now this paddle is ready to go, ready to play with. That is how I wrap all of my paddles. Okay, bye.